and welcome to a recap of Ender Season 1 lore. Whether you need a refresher before Season 2, or you're completely new to this series, this is a perfect little video for you. I know that seeing an over 100 episode series is very intimidating, so I'm hoping this video can help anyone interested know their time will be well spent. Of course, you should still watch all the episodes because I would never be able to share all the lore in one video. But without further ado, I hope you enjoy. Shaina grew up in the elven kingdom of Thamadel, but unlike the other elven, Shaina has no magic. Because of this, the other elven believed she was a bad omen, so she decided to leave and find a place meant for her. While walking through the forest, she's hit over the head by a mysterious man. While trying to find him, she comes across a small camp. She speaks to the people living there, Caius, Sebastian, Penelope, Runa, and Will, and finds she's not welcome simply because she's elven. She learns quickly that the humans are not tolerant of any type of magic. As she's about to leave, a girl beckons her over. A witch named Nia offers to let her stay in her tent in exchange for someone to talk to about magic. Deciding to stay at the camp, Shaina does whatever she can to make the people in the camp like her more. On a boring day, Shaina decides to go to the nearby town of Ulstone to find information of an elusive dragon she heard could give her powers. While there, she meets another witch named Alani, and a crazy merchant named Chandler. The next day, she's tending to the farm when she finds out someone was shipwrecked nearby. When the man comes to, he begins relentlessly flirting with her, and he explains to her that he is a prince from the kingdom of Alhan, and his name is Anthony. Lonnie comes to Shaina one day asking for her help in solving a missing persons case in Ulstone. She decides to introduce herself to the knight in charge, Eric, who seems apprehensive to let her help. She goes searching in the woods when she's pinned to a tree by a thief, the same thief that had hit her over the head before. She finds the missing persons under the town center later. One night, while Anthony is asleep, a mercenary comes in and tries to take his life. Later, we find out that mercenary is named Riven, and is the twin brother of Runa. Shaina begins to have strange dreams of a woman named Daphne, and no one seems to know who she's talking about. But she doesn't have time to think about it because Ulstone mysteriously explodes, and its people seek refuge at Shaina's slowly growing village. Days later, Shaina wakes up disoriented in a place she's never been, locked in a cell. On the other side of it is the thief from before. He's convinced she has magic and refuses to let her go. While her friends back home are determined to find her, the thief brings Shaina to the home of the king of Yonderville. He has her read from a book, and when she does, she begins to hear a voice calling out to her once more, calling out for Daphne. Shaina and the thief, whose name she finds out is Bennett, find themselves in a druid camp. While there, she finds Sebastian injured. Her birthday comes while they're there with the druids, and her wish is only to be with her friends once more. When she wakes up later that night, her, Sebastian, and a fairy she met on her journeys named Lucienne are mysteriously back home. Her friends rejoice in her return and decide it's time she become their lord. And the village is called Carmarthen. With more responsibility on her shoulders, Shaina begins to think about her past and how far she's come. She thinks about her family and the father she barely remembers, the father that abandoned her, or so she thought. Caius asks Shaina to speak with him. He explains to her what really happened to her dad, and that he is her dad. Shaina is hurt and refuses to talk to him, but when Eric comes to tell her he's dead, she runs to him. She's met by a woman named Celeste, who says she can bring Caius back, but that she cannot grant Shaina another favor afterwards. Shaina agrees, and finally begins to make a relationship with her father, Things are going well in Carmarthen. The people are prospering. Riven, Eric, and Anthony decide to lead the growing Knights of Carmarthen, and Shaina is growing into her position. Then 2 werewolf priestesses enter town, Mazikeen and Anna. They begin gifting everyone gold bangles that cause them to act strange. Infight starts all over town. The only person unaffected seems to be Shaina. The people seem to be turning on her, so she turns to the only people she trusts, Caius, Lonnie, Anthony, and the pirate Arden. To find a cure, Shaina goes to the druids for help. They send her to the place that Mazikeen and Anna come from, in search of a dagger rumored to break the bangles. When she finds it, however, Bennett has gotten there first. They fight over the dagger, and he knocks her out. Out of options, and without hope, she returns home, determined to fight with whatever she has left. In doing so, she breaks the curse, and the people of Carmarthen are free. When Mazikeen and Anna attack her, Ben stops them. Afterwards, Bennett is taken into custody. As his punishment for the things he's done, Shaina brings him and Daniel with her to the village of Withelm. But on their way there, they're encountered by a mothkin with venom that knocks them out. When Shaina wakes up, she's met by Odette, the Lord of Withelm, and her guard, the werewolf Xavier. Later, Odette mysteriously goes missing, and Shaina insists on helping to find her. While searching the outside of the camp, she comes across the mothkin once again, and passes out. She comes to in a cell, being held captive by Kala, a village person. And once again, Bennett comes to her rescue. After she finds Odette, she returns to Carmarthen to find her friends have built her a house. A few days later, Anthony's brother randomly shows up in town and seems equally taken by Shaina. She's wary and decides to go on a date with him to find out why he's there. But Prince Elliot knows he's being played, and during their date, pushes her off the side of a cliff. This time, Bennett does not help her. Rather, Eric, Anthony, and Riven come to her rescue. Elliot escaped, but before he left, he cursed a pregnant Penelope to fall asleep and not wake up. Shaina and the townspeople work tirelessly to find a way to wake her. They do not find a cure, and before they know it, Penelope is in labor and gives birth to twins in her sleep. Daniel and Lonnie work together, and Penelope wakes up because of their efforts. After the events of what Elliot did, Caius invites lords and leaders from close by to join in a council of leaders he's creating, to ensure nothing like it happens again. The people of Carmarthen insist it is important for Shaina to be properly crowned as lord, and so a cathedral is built, and Sebastian makes her a crown. But not far away in the Alhanian village of Rutanon, Elliot and his mother are planning something, and so are wizards Koval and his daughter, Evangeline. The day comes for her coronation, and she takes Eric with her to walk through Carmarthen and reminisce on how far they've come. But suddenly, Eric disappears, and someone knocks out Shaina, leaving her people to wonder where they went. And so, the story continues to season 2. Whew! Well, that is all for the recap. Like I said, I will never be able to share everything in one video, so I highly recommend watching the whole thing instead of skipping straight to season 2. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!